My skills beyond. I shit on dudes and little rapping chicks I pee on. You waited for eon for the guard to be on. Kick back, he know I want to nod twice back, and then he lived that helicopter. Lot of good that did. I just backslid the blood on the floor. Made all the shit. Star Wars lunchbox and thermos now body rapping. Yo, it's the pretty boy gangster Thunny Brown, aka the Thunder God. Bull Camp Magnum Force, Rock Boy G's, A Squad, Sharpshooters, Warheads, and one half of the Fuck Outta Here podcast show. Fuck Outta Here. You already know the drill, man. Yo, make sure y'all tune in, tapped in, and all the way live when I'm on with my homie, ThomasBerrymanTV, B. All that other joint, turn it off. This is where you want to be at. This is it. That ain't it. Let's go. Yeah. All right, man. Listen, bro. This is like 3 different days, 4 different days, because I'm in New York, you in Australia. I still got on the same clothes, bro. And this is how we do when we on the turf. We just be running it out. Yo, I gotta go have a cold one, man. I need the Sean Price brew, that oatmeal stout. Make sure y'all holler at me, dig. Tap in.
Making me thirsty, man. You gotta send some over here. Lovely. That was beautiful.
Sean Price stout. Yeah, it's a nice stout if you into stouts. They don't have them everywhere, and it's like a brewery up here that makes them.
I mean, I love my stouts.
Yeah, that one I just got in the house for the collection. But I had a couple and it was pretty good. I like a good stout.
We got on the show the iconic rapper, Thunny Brown. Thanks for coming on, man. Welcome to the show.
Hey, peace and blessing, Mr. Berryman. Thanks for having me. It's an honor and a pleasure. I'm humble.
Man, it's an honor and a pleasure for me too, man.
Lord, man, big up from Brooklyn, like my man Grams Uncut be saying, the homie that linked this.
Yeah.
He's saying, big Brooklyn energy. I guess that's gonna be one of my other monikers, one of my other nicknames right now. I think I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna word it. Big Brook. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Big Brooklyn. Thunny Brown and Thunder God.
Yeah.
AKA Big Brooklyn. You know what I mean? AKA the pretty boy gangster. I used to have some other. I got a whole rack of them, but we out here, man. Big up to the whole Australia. You know what I mean? Big up to everybody down under. We bringing the underground to the down under. Good day, mate.
Love it. Yeah, good day, mate. Man, that's awesome. I love that name too. That's a good name for a song too. Big Brooklyn energy.
Big Brooklyn.
Man, that's it. Yeah. That was leading me to my first question. Whereabouts did you grow up? Did you grow up in Brooklyn, and what led you into getting into music?
Well, it was a mix of I grew up between Brooklyn, New York, and the Florida Everglades. Not actually the Everglades on the map, but our Everglades. I mean, I got a team in Florida called the Warheads. We based out of Orlando, Florida, and we call that the Everglades or Warlando. So I did most of my growing up between those 2 places.
Wow. And is that how old were you when you first started music?
I was a teenager. I was a teeny bopper. Yo, big up to the legendary Sean Price. Rest in peace. Yo, so that's one of my homies, one of my close personal friends, as well as a mentor. He helped me get my sword sharp, helped me learn the various different things that I needed to know, like how to rhyme. Like when I was rhyming, I wasn't even writing the music. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And then so to try to put it to music and not know what I was doing, no. And he used to have that look on his face like, he never said nothing, but he would be like, yo, here go some beats. here go my latest, greatest. Figure this shit out, B.
Man.
So, so I was about, when I first gave it a try, I was about 14, 15. But then like one of the homies that I had let hear it, he had that look on his face like, so I put it to the side for a minute and I used to dance and shit. And I needed to be in hip hop some kind of way. So I used to dance and shit. And then after a while, I needed in. Like I wasn't that dancing. I think dancing is good and I still like to dance and all that. I mean, I feel music, but when I was at the shows, because I took it there. Like I used to dance at the Uptown Comedy Club for one of my homies. You know what I mean? When Tracy Morgan was out there, Flex was out there, and they was on the come up. And just I wanted to be on the mic, but I'm dancing. And then just seeing it, I was like, nah. you're gonna get this together. We could do this, B. Not to mention like some of my favorite, a lot of my favorite artists started getting lazy with the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They started. It went from albums full of fire content to only 3, 4 albums on a 3, 4 songs on a whole album that was fire. And I was like, nah, they doing us dirty. I
Yeah.
could do this. And, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was officially I was about 15, 16 when I started messing around. But everybody think they're a genius and they nice, but it took me some time to master the craft.
Man, well, you definitely mastered it, man. It's kill it. And it's good how you said
Thank
you
you, sir.
got your sword ready and then you got the heavenly sword.
Oh, yo, we speaking all of those terminologies between the
Yeah.
various different connections with our my Wu-Tang homies and affiliates with the darts and the swords. Not to mention they always liken the voice
Yeah.
and your ability to speak and those words that come out to being like a sword when they say the pen is mightier than the sword.
Yeah.
That's what they saying that what you saying and what you vocalizing or writing it could be powerful and sharper than the sword. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, for
we there
sure,
with it.
man.
Not to mention like one of the other homies of OG I bumped into was like steel sharp and steel, sword sharp and sword. So these are the things that we deal with, whether it's gonna be on an intellectual basis, physical basis, or lyrical basis. Dude.
Yeah, that's nice. And what was the first? Do you remember the first song that you ever wrote?
No, I know. I mean, I guess I could remember the first song because up until then, everything else was just bars. I mean, everything else was just raps.
Yeah.
So I don't really remember all of the lyrics, but it was a song that was sampled off of Bernie Mac. You know what I mean? So I had messed around and came up with a melody on a keyboard. I wanted to make
Wow.
beats and didn't know what I needed. I moved from Florida. I moved from New York to Florida. Introduced that melody to my man, Hollywood, young Hollywood from Superstars. When I was producing, he turned
Wow.
that shit into a song, and that was my first song, yo. You know
Wow.
what I mean?
That's awesome. You do everything like right, like rap, produce, dance, and it's just
Yeah, I mean, we all creative individuals, and a lot of times just looking for different ways to express our creativity. And then the only real difference between me and a lot of other people is some people might let the world see it
yeah,
like me, and some people might not.
yeah, man. I just love your style, and even like you and when you and Grams uncut together on a song, it's awesome.
Woo! Yo, make sure y'all go check out Life I
I
Lead
was about to say
By the
that.
Global Thugs, featuring Grams Uncut, yours truly, Thunny Brown, and the homie Nut So Loco.
Yeah,
So make sure y'all go get that, run it up. The song is out, the video is out. Run the numbers up,
the
please and
life I
thank you.
lead. I love it, man. I bought it on iTunes. I've been listening to it nonstop too. I've been playing it on YouTube, watching the video. That is a fire song.
Mhm. Did you leave a comment?
I left a comment and I
I'm gonna make sure I
subscribed.
go because I usually reply to all the comments. That's one of my things. If I got the time and energy, I'm a tap in. So I'm gonna make sure I go reply. But you already said because I just realized that you on almost all the social media platforms I'm on. So
Yeah,
now we locked in with each other all the way around the board. I'm gonna make sure I go and show that some love like you did in kind.
yeah.
Appreciate
I just followed you on TikTok as well.
you. Yeah, yeah. I just tagged you in the post.
Oh yeah, sweet. Yes. I seen that, man. It was awesome. I love talking
Connected.
to you.
We got the gray hairs and we OGs, but
Yeah,
we tapped in, as they say. We
the
tapped in.
the silver foxes.
Yeah.
I got I got the Heavenly Sword, Face of God album, got the Hollywood EP. So
You,
I'm
you
buying up
got
all
the
the
whole
music.
joint.
Yeah,
Don't forget that the Dragonfly Jones EP.
yeah, I got to get that too. They're all the ones I've bought so far. I'm gonna get them all, man. I've been buying
Oh,
up.
appreciate you, man.
That's
Appreciate you.
I love to support, like my favorite artists and
Uh,
stuff. And you're now one of them. So, like you,
yo,
Grams
that
and
means a lot,
Nutso
man.
and
That means a
BPM.
lot. A lot of times, as they say, a lot of us don't get our flowers, especially, you
Yeah,
know, the only thing that makes you underground is when your stuff is not on commercial radio. So
yeah,
it's a thin line between underground and mainstream.
yeah.
But one of those are some of the things that help us keep this thing going and help put that energy back in the tank when the work is recognized. You know what I mean? So appreciate that.
Yeah, man, it should be playing everywhere. It's just every song that you do is just there's
Oh,
not one
now you
song where
gonna
I've gone, I don't know. Every song's like, yes, just
give thanks, give thanks.
put the time in. I
Yeah, I
love the
got
song Gators, Wolves, and Generals. Like
woo.
that goes hard, man. And bar work.
Yeah, those are a couple of my favorites. That Gators, Wolves, and Generals off the Heavenly Sword album.
Yep.
Man, it turned into a masterpiece. You know what I mean? I'm kind of
Yeah.
happy I saved it for one of the last. It just, the Most High got my back, man. And, when you live in your life as righteous as possible, he gonna always have you. And like he made sure that that came together. The stars was aligned, the planets was lined up. Mercury was not in retrograde, fucking shit up like everybody
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That everything worked out well. So big up to my homie Rusty Jukes which is a partition, a barbarian
Wow.
spectacular from the boot camp, from Crown Heights, from Crownsville. You know what I mean? Big up to my homie Supreme Elohim. You know he's a fucking boot camp clique alumni. And them two
Yeah.
dudes, they came together and helped me catapult that into somewhere else, man. I can't tell you what the video was like. The song, my
Mhm.
man, like these are the things that I go like. I recorded it and I was like, yo,
Yeah.
this is something. But when I get the cosign from you, the peoples, the fans, they let me know that we on the right path,
Yeah.
we on the right track, and we did it right. And yo, make sure y'all go run that up. That song is out. The video is out. Yo, it's a visual masterpiece, B. I'm gonna say that. I don't usually
Yeah.
toot my own horn, yank my own chain, but that's
It's
gotta be
true.
one of my best videos to date.
Man, that's true, man. It's I love it, bro. And I just get excited whenever I find something new of yours, and still finding the stuff that I'm searching. I was looking you up and all week, and
Ah,
man, you're
I
killing
love it when a plan comes together. That was
it.
that's my plan. Like,
I
cause
always
like
say
I
that
said,
too.
I got I say all the time for various different reasons. Like the name of my team, like every artist got a team that ride with them. The name of my team is the A Squad. Would have been
Yeah,
the A team, but that was tape.
yeah,
So that those are some of our always we add a lot whenever we throwing analogies out. We always throwing those out. But yo, the plan was I got so much stuff out. You're not gonna be able to listen to it all or see it all in one sitting.
yeah,
The plan is for people to find something they like and
yeah,
then follow the breadcrumbs.
yeah.
So you know what I mean? It's dead. The
I've been
content is dead.
been doing it all week, man. Yes, and I'm loving it.
Appreciate you, family.
What's been your like favorite moment in your journey, like to where you are now? Is there anything that's really stuck out with you?
Listen up. I got a story to tell. I don't know.
Wow.
That might be. I'm thinking of. I definitely want to put out a book, right? And the book is gonna be some of my life intermingled with a bunch of different stories. So musically, I've done some things. I've been on tour with Redman and Method Man,
Wow.
on the Blackout tour. I've seen and met some of any and everybody. Even on that tour, I met your homie Jamie Foxx. On that tour, here's the story
Wow.
right here. You know the artist Pink?
Yep.
So the artist Pink, she was just coming out. Jamie Foxx was bubbling, doing what he was doing. This is in the 2000s, early days. And they couldn't get in. They was having problems getting into the House of Blues in Los Angeles.
Oh,
And or rather, they was having problems getting into the VIP section. And I who am I at this time? I'm nobody at this time, but I'm it,
Yeah.
and I know who they are. So I happened to recognize they was having some issues, and I'm like, yo, nah, they good. Jamie Foxx and Pink is good. Let them
Oh,
in. Nah, I
oh,
mean.
yeah.
So, and then I'm gonna tell you just to connect those stories real quick. Um, so anyway, I end up back in New York. One of my peoples is affiliated with the late great Whitney Houston's family. Like my
Wow.
ties is like this. Like I actually to the movie theater to go pick up young Bobby one day. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Pick up her daughter from at the movie theater. I was like, oh, this is crazy. I mean, met her father and all that. But anyway, we pull off and we get back. And now I'm back in New York and I'm with some of my peoples and Whitney Houston's her father's driver is with us, and he had some tickets to see Pink at Madison Square Garden with one of the boy bands. I get there, ride up in the elevator with what's this girl's name? Brandy. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I'm walking all in front of the stage with Pink, watching the show. So those are some of the highlights, but you know what I mean? Just being able to put this music out into the world and have it received the way it is, the worldwide, like even this is a highlight right here.
Yeah.
I'm in Brooklyn, New York. I haven't been to Australia,
Yeah.
but through connecting the dots with my fam, with my friends, and having something of worth to share with the world, me and you done connected, and now we live right here
Yeah.
and going worldwide, going global thug business all the way out
Yeah.
there. This is a highlight right here. You know what I mean?
Wow. Appreciate that, man. It's crazy how far we are away, but yeah, we've had that connection and yeah, been able to link up.
We're worlds away from each other right now. I wanted to
Yeah.
highlight that too. Like right now, I just woke up not too long ago. I played myself, was up late last night playing video games. I don't never
Yeah.
usually do that before an interview or I got something to do, but I was just in the zone. I was like, yo, I don't, and because I don't normally do it, I was like, I'm doing it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, but bottom
That's-
line, what I'm saying is like after we spoke the other day,
yeah.
it's 11 a.m. here, but it's 11 p.m. where you are.
Yeah.
The day is just starting for me. The day is ending for you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, in three
Serious
minutes it'll
business.
be the new year for me here.
Oh shit, yo! In 3 minutes, it's gonna be New Year's in Australia, bitch. Happy New Year, Lord!
Happy New Year. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, Happy New Year's to my peoples in the down under in New York City and the world over, big.
Wow, man.
Slow.
Happy New Year. So how did you come to meet? How did you and Grams Uncut first meet?
I was trying to figure that out the other day,
Yeah.
and I don't even know, B.
Wow.
But we've been connected for decades.
Yeah.
So I think we first met, well, it's hard to say, yo, because Grams done did promo for different labels like
Yeah.
Universal and Def Jam. I used to do promo for Def Jam. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if I met him while we was moving around. Same
Yeah.
time, one of our other homies was doing music up here, a young lady, FemC, and she had a video, and me and Grams is in the video together. You know
Wow.
what I mean? This
Yeah.
is way back. So we tied in and connected with different people like my man Shampoo. He does big things with the Smoke Champs and Drink Champs and Def Jams and DR Period, as well as the late great AD the General, who was a promoter out here in the hip hop uh, conservationist.
Yeah.
She was helping keeping the culture going and moving forward. She had a magazine called Elegant Hoodness, and that was the name of her movement. And she also do a lot of shows. So
Wow.
when we really started getting tight was we both was doing her shows, and that's when we really locked in. So I also so we've been locked in for some time, but
Yeah.
really got tight with messing around with the burning them stages down with AD the General. and
Yep.
you know the various different times that we've been on the road or he pulled up messing around with DR period. Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
salute to the super producer DR period, the architect, the Annie Up, the Hey Ma, so many other great classics of hip hop. You know what I mean? So we tied in. I also co-host a podcast called The Fuck Out of Here Show.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here with my
Yeah.
partner Stuck B, and that's
Yep.
Sean Price, brother. So
Wow.
for those of y'all that don't know, he's family to hip hop royalty. You know, we don't he don't usually like the flagging and all that, and I don't say it for those purposes, but it is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
It's his brother.
That's it. Yeah. I found
Oh,
like,
so what I was gonna say is we had Grams on the show, so we had Grams on the show, and then we just been looking to see how we could,
yeah.
what they say, unite the powers, unite the superpowers, and we did that with the Life I Lead.
Well, yeah, I love that song, man. I've been listening to that on repeat as well. But yeah, I just found you found your podcast today, and I like that's what I mean. Like all week, I'm just finding something new. So like there's something, and then I see you got merch, you got everything. How
Oh,
did your
this not
podcast
my merch.
start?
This Sean Price merch, Duck Down merch. But yeah, the Thunny
Yeah,
Brown merch is gonna be available. I gotta what they say. I gotta reconfigure,
yeah.
reconstruct, because I used to have locks down the hair
I seen,
until
yeah,
April. I just cut them, so my imagery got the locks. I gotta
yeah,
change it up.
yeah. When I was first looking at you, I was like, "Is this the same guy?" You had, yeah, I seen you had the big line. That was
Yeah,
cool,
same
man.
dude.
Um, how did you start your podcast? Like, was it you two just came together and said, "Hey, let's do this"?
Well, actually, big up to our homies, our partners, S Street Media, the homie Math and Sosa over there. Out here in Brooklyn, they doing some things. They're our producers,
Yep.
and they put together this platform, and they invited Stuck B. You know, I was just really getting acquainted with the gents, and they invited Stuck B to put his show on it. Like Stuck was having an idea of doing the show, but I don't think he was. You know, I think he was just like, I'm gonna just go up there like how
Yeah.
we kicking it right now, where some people go live. I think he was probably, thinking on it in those terms, and I was like, you know, this could be something. We could turn it into something. You know,
Yeah.
we know each other. It's always one of the things I recognize about any type of TV is if the people it is you can have good TV, but if the people on the show or whatever platform it is have the chemistry
Yep.
and a legitimate relationship, it makes it so much better. So I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, man, it's just gonna be us kicking it with some people that we admire. I, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm a fan. I don't have no problem with asking for an autograph, asking for a picture, asking for a selfie with anybody.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people look at me when I'm not talking and I'm not in this vibe, and they be like, "Yo, I don't know if we're gonna fuck with him. Nah, he's probably not a nice guy." People think that I'm not from the best. I'm not from the nicest place in the world, so I don't
Yep.
just wear my emotions on my sleeve. But I don't have a problem with smiling. We're not too
Yeah.
tough to smile and have a good time and just be a fan of somebody. Because that's I don't know about that, but one of the things that kind of got lost here in New York and maybe even the tri-state is that so many people want to be artists, so many people want to
Yep.
be rappers, whether and entertainers that when it's time for somebody else to shine, they don't even want to partake in that or help
Yeah.
or clap hands or vibe. Is like, yo, nah, nope, I gotta be stoic, I gotta be tight, and
Yeah.
save all the vibing for me because if I'm vibing to them, that no.
Yeah. Like they don't want
You
to
got it
support each
all.
other.
You got it all fucked up.
Yeah.
So just to show these peoples where they error at, when I'm in the building and one of
Yeah.
my peoples come on or anybody that I like, I cut through the crack. Pardon me,
Yeah.
pardon me. I'm in the front row.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
vibe to what we vibe to, we feel to what we feel to. And if you in the club and you feeling something and you trying to act like you ain't, that's fake.
Yeah.
That's fraud. And we pride ourselves on being real. So get
Yeah.
that out of here.
Man, I love that. Yeah, you're just keeping it real, man. What's your three favorite albums of all time?
Hmm, that's a hard one, man. It's like asking for a top five.
Yep.
But I will tell you some of the albums that had some of the greatest impacts on me.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they're not just because of the song or because of the music or the artist, it's because of what life was, how life was happening to me at the time. So this one just jumped in my head, yo. Bizarre Ride, Far Side, too, I believe. You know what I mean? That's my dude's the Far Side, and that's just because listening to hip hop, but I listen to all music. I listen to all hip hop, even different languages that I don't understand. So I'm in my younger days. Now in my younger days, I'm in my younger days out here in Brownsville streets, and I've come upon the Far Side, and I'm liking it.
Yep.
And we, what we do and what we did at the time, anything that I like, I'm going to share with my mans and try to put them on to it if they don't know about it. So this was before Sean Price had blew up. Before they had got the deal. We used to move around the neighborhood, and matter of fact, I had a radio. So I used to be one of the radio Raheem dudes. Carry
Yeah.
the radio, and I come through with the tapes and all that. And I had the Far Side, and I put Sean Price. If he was still here, he would have told you this. He smoked his first chocolate Thai weed with me. He
Wow.
heard Far Side for the first time with me, and he heard Eminem for the first time fucking with me. You know what I
Wow.
mean? So I ain't gonna say like I was that guy, but I used to just be in places getting shit.
Yep.
Like, so anyway, that album, because of that connection right there, like I
Yep.
liked it anyway. I like those dudes. They very creative, very talented. And so that's one of the joints. I could go on for days spinning these stories. I gotta let me reel it back.
Yep.
So the Far Side is one. Another one is gonna have to be the Wu-Tang album. And
Oh,
I gotta start telling a little bit of story. This now you're starting
yeah.
to see how my book is gonna be going.
Yeah, it's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be an
stop
epic
telling. I'm gonna
read.
stop telling. I'm gonna stop telling these stories after a while. But
Yeah.
so in the younger days, messing around with the Wu, various different people I knew was new to Wu or was
Yeah.
affiliated. So I messed around. I don't know if you seen the Wu. Everybody's seen the Wu Tang logo. I had one of the
Yeah.
first. I had one of the first Wu Tang stickers before
Wow.
they even had the deal. I used to be at the club and see the Wu Tangs coming through. So super
Yeah.
crazy. Like when they came through, me being from where I'm from and knowing how to move in the streets, I would fall all the way back to the because a lot of times I move by myself. I fall all the way back. Like, who is this 50, 100 dudes coming through yelling Sue and what's about to happen out here? That was
Yep.
the energy. It was never no
Wow.
negative, but that energy would come through.
Yep.
Another quick story, I end up somebody's like, yo, my family's related to the Wu. Call me to the club. I'm like, all right. We go to the club. We get to the club. A van type bus is pulling up. You're like, that's them right there. We getting in. I'm a little dude. Don't know none of these Wu-Tang dudes from Shaolin. We get in the bus. The bus is pitch black. Like how you see the side of my screen, pitch
Yep.
black. I can't see nothing. I smell the weed, but everybody know Method Man voice.
Yeah.
I hear that shit out the back. Yo, who that? Now I'm
Wow.
saying I've been on the set. I've been on like these are some of the things, and that's one of the reasons why that Wu Tang album, even of course, that's a classic album.
Yeah.
But that's one of the reasons why that album means so much to me.
Yep.
And the third one, I'm gonna have to say Cypress Hills, B.
Wow.
Even though
Yeah.
like there's so many different ones I could throw in there, but I
Yep.
think that's a good representation. Everybody not from New York, because that's
Yeah.
another thing we ain't gonna do. We ain't gonna pick everybody from the home team, B.
Yep.
So anyway, one of my mans, big up to my OG CD Bo. Um, he these are some of the older dudes from my neighborhood, from my building in Langston Hughes, Brownsville, that was doing the rap music thing, and the local dudes that had the fly gear, and I'm like, yo, I want that, yo, I
Yeah.
want to do that, and yeah, for a time or two, I was even dancing with for these dudes, you know what I mean? Before I figured out my path. So he used to oh, is that we had a legendary record store here in Brownsville called the Soul Shack. Everybody from Brooklyn, probably far further than that, know about the Soul Shack. It was on Picken Avenue. If you ask anybody, you speak to the Wu-Tang, you speak to any prominent artist.
Yep.
I'm telling you, this was a little mom pop record store, but I met Ice T there. I met Queen
Wow.
Latifah there, met Big Daddy Kane there. These are the type of people that we used to roll through there because of how connected that record store was to the hood.
Yep. Wow.
Anyway, my man CD Bo used to be up in there with our DJ from the podcast, DJ Kruger. He used to DJ and service you at the motherfucking record store. He messed around and slid me a group named Cypress Hills tape, the CD. CDs was first coming out. I'm like, who is this, man? What is this? I don't know nothing about this. He's like, yo, trust me, it's West Coast. Bang,
Yep.
bang, bang. Yo, big. I was a young dude smoking weed, all outside of the realms of what's supposed to be happening in the crib, and got a hold of that Cypress Hill with
Yeah.
son with that squeaky voice and the bars and beats
Yep.
and the weed. I'm like, oh shit. So those would be three of my favorite albums right there.
Man, that's
Just talking about
three
the
three
first
good
Cypress Hill
choices.
album.
Yeah. That's three epic choices, man. That's I love all this. We love all the same stuff. What advice would you give to someone who, is coming up, wants to start doing what you do? Like,
Want to start doing what I do, want to start doing anything, whether it's entertainment or not. The best thing that you could do is master yourself. I say that because a lot of people don't, and that's when you see them all outside the bounds. You see somebody, you see somebody our age, drunk, twisted, and earning. That's because they ain't mastered self, man. Yo, we've been on the earth for decades. You don't know how to drink without getting drunk. You ain't mastered self, or you just like taking it to the extreme. But bottom line is you need to know what it is that you do, what it is that you want, what it is that you want to do. These are the things, not rather than following somebody else's lead, following somebody else's coattails. You skateboarding now because everybody else is skateboarding. Is that what you really want to do? You know what I mean? You want a basketball team because somebody told you you might be good on the basketball team. But what do you want?
yeah,
Master yourself. Once you master yourself, everything else is an open book and fucking elementary, 1, 2, 3, ABC. But the minute that you're going all against yourself and then trying to fit in the box, that ain't gonna do it. Now, once you got those things solidified, the next thing is you got to be relentless with the pursuit of whatever it is that you're going after. Be ready for the no's because you're gonna get more of those than the yeses. You know what I mean? But don't let that deter you. Know your worth. Know what it is that you stand on, and what it is that you want to see at the end of that journey. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because life is at the end of the day like these are sayings that people throw around, and a lot of people don't understand it or get it. Still, life is what you make it. It
yeah,
ain't what happened to you, what happened to you in the past, what's happening now, what the future gonna be. All of that shit, well, the future, all that shit is a question mark. But it could be like the same way you draw a picture, and it's what you want to. That could be your future,
yeah,
or you could not actively and relentlessly pursue what it is that you want, and end up doing what it is that somebody else want done. You helping make somebody else rich. You want somebody else's job. And yeah, every day you know the vibe. Like right now, you feeling it right now. You
yeah,
probably look down like I want to get out this shit right now. But at the end of the day, whether it's gonna be entertainment, bars, uh, just a corporate America, 9 to 5, blue collar, whatever it's gonna be the best. And you know what I mean? Walk with your head up, your chest out, and go after what it is that you want relentlessly. For those that don't know what that means, I ain't trying to be funny. I usually throw around a lot of words and vocabulary that the average person might not use in their regular everyday life. That's just who I am. But sometimes some of my peoples and compatriots might be like, "Yo, do you even know what that means?" Yeah, yeah, I was good in school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my man Sean P said, was all educated thugs, B. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Educated gangsters. Genius. The G in gangster stands for genius. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah.
Big up to my man DV Elias Price for you. Y'all get in tune if y'all don't know who that is. Legendary in the game, but he usually say that. You know, a
Yeah.
lot of us got our own saying, yo, what up, homie? Yo, what the deal, dog? When Christ see you, he said, yo, what it is, my genius. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love that, man. That's beautiful advice too. I mean, that's awesome.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
I've definitely felt that. If we went over your top three albums, advice, what's your like top three artists like who've inspired you over the years?
Oh man. So now, especially with my haircut,
Yep.
y'all might be able to see it. A lot of people see it, and a lot of people say it, and they ask me, and I be like, "Yep, yep." But anyway, Rakim,
Yeah.
that's one of my that's numero uno for me. Like I was in love with Rakim's art and the way he put that together. And when I first came into the life in hip hop, well, he was one of the ones that had a tremendous impact on me. And then at some point, people used to be like, "Yo, anybody ever told you you look like Rakim?" Like it was a time when I said no, but now it's regular, and it's so regular that they sent me the guard, peace to Mel. For those of y'all that don't know, that's Rakim's son, the guard Mel. He was on our show as well with some of the Wu-Tang
Wow.
second generation homies and shit that night. But the homie, the guard Rakim, when on Facebook they send me his photos and they ask me if I want to tag myself.
Yeah.
For real talk, I save all of them shit so I can show them when I
Yeah.
see him when I finally get this. I seen him a couple of times, but we ain't never had it. I never got
Yeah.
to sit down with the guard MC.
It's
So
coming.
Rakim is one. I'm gonna have to say Biz Markie, yo.
Yeah.
Biz Markie, he's one of the greatest. But the reason why Biz is on me like that is because when I started liking hip hop and finding out about it, and ended up at a record store, and I was like, I think we had a record player at the time. I'm like, yo, mom, you gotta buy me a record.
Yeah.
My first record was Biz Markie. So,
Wow.
you know what I mean? I was able to put that on the joint, listen to the joints. You know what I
Wow.
mean? That's a real intimate experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, there's so many, so many. Who gonna be number three? Number three, number three. I'm gonna have to go with the Fugees, yo.
Wow. That's a good choice.
I'm gonna go with the Fugees, even though it's so many others, just because now I came from when I was in New York, the Fugees had came out. Album wasn't fire, but they had a couple of joints.
Yeah.
And I moved to that was the joint with the Mona Lisa and the Booth Boff. Yeah, I remember these, but like I said, like I don't remember a lot of songs, but like I used to be in the joint, a student of the like how people look at their phones. I used to look at the radio like that as the music is playing or
Yeah.
whatever I'm thinking on and shit. So I moved to Florida and they dropped their next joint, the Fugees. And when I was coming back to New York to visit and the joint was out, I was hearing a lot of those joints play on the radio as I was coming back. And it just was very impactful to me to hear. to hear those beats
Yeah.
that and the way they was yo man, them Fuji beats, the combination plus Lauren,
Yeah.
shit, I was like, yo, what is this? That was a new level, a new era of hip hop right there. Yeah, big up to the whole Fugees. And I'll tell you this real quick. So many
Yeah.
stories. So I end up having to come. You heard of the label Ruckus Records, right?
Yeah.
Some of my peoples were signed to Ruckus Records, including my man Shabir Sadiq, my man Sevens Universal, and my man's The Road Stamp. Seven
Wow.
Universal, all of these guys from Brownsville. So now they bring me up to the Ruckus Records pre-production studio that they had. And I got a chance to record a song. I don't even know what the song is, what we did with it. I recorded a song with a bunch of my peoples. And then um the dude that was engineering for us was John Forte.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? That's
Wow.
how deep that goes, you know what I mean?
Man.
I got another Fuji story, but I'm gonna save that for the book, yo.
Yeah. I'll be definitely getting the book then. It's gonna You're gonna have a lot of good stories in there. Just going
And
back
it's
to
gonna make you feel good. The way good music and good hip hop make you feel,
yeah,
my book should have that effect, yo. Is what I'm thinking. 'Cause
I believe it.
all of my memories, all of my memories is fond memories. I mean,
Yeah,
none of the thugged out, none of the you know what I mean, flashing lights, just straight up that love of hip hop.
yeah. Just taking it back to before talking about like Rakim. When I was listening to your music, like I was like, I had that same feeling when I first heard him. Like I was like, man,
Oh
this is
shit,
another storyteller.
yeah.
Like not the same style, but you know what I mean? Like I had that same feeling. Like man, this is
Oh man,
like I
bro,
was excited.
that's a heavy compliment, bro.
Yeah,
Man, yeah,
like
thank you, man. I
just like
appreciate
a
that.
real lyricist. And I was like, man, this is just. That's why I laughed when you said it. I was like, man, that was like the same feeling. When I first heard him, that when I first heard you, I don't know, you just kill it whenever you're on the mic.
Mm,
Just
thanks, man. That
yeah,
means a lot, man. That's
yeah,
heavy right there, B.
yeah, man. Yeah, I, yeah. Can't stop listening to you. So you're killing it. What's your favorite? Do you have like your top three books of all time?
Well, it's funny that you should say that. People been asking me that lately. Now, I don't read a lot now, but I used to read a lot. And so I'm thinking I'm about to get back into reading because my mind is thirsty, yo.
Yeah,
Mind thirsty. And so one of the books that was, I guess you could call it my favorite, it was just so impactful to me, made such an impact on me and my life. It was this book right here. And then like it's funny that you asked that because like I'll have to like I'm gonna say this and feel no weight. I dig in the trash. I dig in the garbage, B.
yeah,
That's because my family raised me like that. Like my grandmas would bring stuff in. Yo, I got this. Seen this. Somebody threw it out. My mom's. Yo, I seen this. Can you believe somebody threw it out?
yeah,
What I do? Nah, I was digging around in the library's trash. Well, it's not the library's trash. Somebody dropped off a bag at the library, and I'm about to walk past. I'm out for the night. I'm
yeah.
going out. I'm
Wow.
like, yo, I'm about to walk. I'm like, nah, don't walk past this bag of books because something might be in there meant for you. Like a lot of books, I believe this. I believe the stuff that the Most High want me to read. We're not gonna be able to read every book,
Yeah,
but I believe the books that's meant for me to ingest and really read and get into, the Most High put those books in my path.
yeah.
So I'm digging through the books. I'm digging through the bag. And it's not a lot of nothing in there. Matter of fact, let me grab these two books real quick. But anyway, I'll show you this one. This one, oh, you're not gonna see it because it's shiny. Oh, I gotta
Nah,
bring it
there we
back
go.
here. The
Yeah.
autobiography of Malcolm X.
Wow.
I was telling somebody this story the other day. Now, this was told to Alex Haley. Alex Haley. Malcolm X told his story to Alex Haley.
Yeah.
So I got my hands on this book when I was a teenager.
Wow.
We all probably cut class from school. I cut class and used to be in the hole in the back exit somewhere where nobody would ever come. They ain't going back there for nothing. Smoke, sex, nothing. And I would be back there like this.
Wow.
So this another author called Donald Goines.
Yeah.
I read one of his books, and I don't typically do this with authors, but he's a first off, I think he's a like an ex convicted felon, ex pimp, ex this, that, and the third, and then wrote a series of books.
Yep.
Real shit. Plus in his imagination intermingled
Yeah.
in it. And
Wow.
so he had a you ever heard of him?
No, I haven't, but I'm definitely gonna check him out now.
It's Donald Goines and his Iceberg
Oh my
Slim.
God.
These are the type of people that the Snoop Dogs and the 50 Cents, they guarantee you they came across some of his books and his works. But
Wow.
the life that the hardest of the hard and smooth of the smooth lead in these type of areas, no matter where it, no matter what state, no matter what area,
Yep.
those figures, they know these two authors, especially coming from African American culture.
Yep.
So anyway, he had a book called Whore Son, like a whore son was the name of the
Wow.
book.
Yep.
In the Whore Son was the name of the book and was also the name of the kid that was birthed by a prostitute. His name was Whore Son.
Yeah.
The things that was going on in this book, if you could like, they got that emoji with the mind
Yeah.
blows up. Yeah, B, that's what that book did to me at that age. Another book, I'm cutting class like,
Wow.
what the fuck? And then I'm gonna tell you this story too. So now, big up to my sister Tanika and my sister Annie, my sister Sabrina, but my sister Tanika. She had a crib with two of her friends, Ebony and Pam. Of course, I'm gonna go through there when I go through and they don't have a bookcase. Oh, you know how they had that little magazine rack that
Yeah.
some people have, and it just sits on the floor. It's dogs bigger than it. They had one of those. They had one of those with a few books in it, and this is what I do. I'm gonna look through the books, even
Yeah.
though a lot of these kids is not looking through the books, not reading no books. I'm looking through the book. I look through the books, and there's a book in there called The 48 Laws of Power. I hadn't heard of this book.
Robert Gray.
I hadn't heard of this book.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It genuinely just came into my path, and I'm like, I took the book, read the book, and couldn't stop reading the book. Read the book, reread the book, shredded up the book, and then I start hearing everybody, "Yo, you ever read 48 Laws of Power? Yo, read 48 Laws of Power." I don't do I like the curse, but I don't need the curse.
Yep.
I don't do things because somebody else did it to follow a fad, to follow a trend, and because they doing it and they said it and they did it. Now, of course, I would take advice from you and trusted friends, maybe even a stranger that suggests,
Yeah.
yo, 48 laws might be it. I would do that. I would do that. But we ain't doing it just because everybody else is doing
Yeah.
it. So, like I said, that right there, that 48 laws of power, man, and the various all of the information that's a lot of the information and a lot of the stories is excerpts and this, that, and the third from the 48 laws, all kind of side notes. In my lifetime, I would like to touch all the other pieces of literature that this
Yep.
guy used to put that together. I have. I read I haven't. I read a little bit of the Medici and like the other book that I was looking for is called Asada. So I'm gonna make
Yeah.
that the fourth one, even though we was only talking three, because I wanted to pull that up. But
That's
yo,
cool.
if y'all ever heard of Asada Shakur, Black Panther, female Queen Black Panther was in a shootout with New Jersey police and decades ago got locked up, escaped custody to Cuba with no extradition, and the U.S. still want her now.
Yeah.
Well, they want her now. Your man, Big Boy Christie, wanted to bring her to justice, as he say, so he could use that for him to get into the White House.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here, big.
Yeah.
But that's getting political. I ain't gonna get into that. We'll discuss that another time. But that aside of book, it covers her story, and
Wow.
that's a powerful joint right there, man.
I need to read that. Yeah, I know that story of her, man. I definitely need to get that book. I see Dr. Matulu just got released as well.
Yo,
That was awesome.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
You talking about Pac father, or you talking about Mumia?
Matulu Shakur, yeah.
Oh, Mutula Shakur, Pac father just got out.
Yeah.
Welcome home, General.
Yeah.
As well as Mumia is about to get out. You know what I mean? These things is happening, man.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look to get in touch with the peoples and see if I could bring y'all some of those stories, and I'll
Yeah.
holler at you and see if I could connect you to some of those people.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's definitely like good glad to have met you. Shout out to Grams again. Uh, yeah, I've been
Big
loving
up
talking to you,
Grams,
man.
yo. Yo, the feeling is mutual, yo. And don't forget, yo, rest in peace to K Slay. Y'all
Yes.
know before K Slay passed, he put out a project called um Rolling 50 Deep with 50 MCs on it. Then he did the sequel to that, Rolling 100 plus deep with 100 plus MCs on that. My neighborhood, there's a lot of love out here over the years, but over the years, it's been a lot of negative aspects that then came into play with a lot of different situations that done changed the landscape. That done took place here. So it's a lot of love, but then some seedy shit that pop off here, some grimy shit that pop off here too.
Yeah.
Same time, a lot of dudes, a lot of brothers don't look to connect and unite. A lot of sisters not looking to connect and unite. A lot of dudes out. There's a lot of, as they say, how we gonna be mad at the cops for killing blacks when it's blacks out here killing blacks? Well, I'm gonna be mad at the cops and I'm gonna be mad at the blacks. You know what I mean? We all that shit need to stop. But in that spirit, 50 MCs from Brownsville, Brooklyn came together and put together a joint called 50 Villains Deep, spearheaded by my man Blast, my man T-Bone Blast, big up, salute. Um, the recording finished up and video shot by my man King Price, big up, salute, big up to everybody that had something to do with that, everybody involved in that, and everybody that's looking to be part of the next one, because we doing the next one. But right now it's a joint called 50 Villains Deep with 50 MCs, including myself, the wife of the late great Sean Price, the Bernadette Price, Bernard P, as well as his brother Stuck B, various other familiar faces that some might not know. Spitters is up there, putting it down for the crown. Y'all
Yeah.
go check that out. 50 Villains Deep, man. It's 20 minutes long, but fuck, you got 20 minutes, man.
Yeah, man. I've checked it out. It's awesome. I got you in there around the 10-minute mark. It's
Yo,
commented
around
on that
10
too.
minutes and 11 seconds, the
Yeah.
whole shit gets turned upside down like pancakes on Sunday morning, B.
Yes.
And you see, and then I'm gonna say this. I don't, like I said, I don't be tooting my own horn. But there ain't no other visual piece of that video that's fucking with mine, because I bring out the rare animals, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Reptiles and gorillas and all kind of shit. Check that video out, B.
Yeah. We need 100 villains, 100+ villains coming.
Yo, can you please say that? Say that one more time. Say, yo, Blast, Brownsville. We need the 100 villains.
Blast, Brownsville, we need 100 villains.
I'm
Oh,
telling y'all, B, it gotta be 100 villains.
has to be 100+.
100 plus, because we still gotta. I'm glad they wasn't on the first go round, but
Yeah.
we got some legendary spitters here. Like
Yeah.
the whole boot camp is from Brownsville.
Yeah.
MOP is from Brownsville. You know what I mean? Somewhere along the lines, Memphis Bleak is from Brownsville.
Wow.
Fucking Thurston Howell III, Brownsville. All of these Master Fool, all of these dudes, low lights. Yo, big up to the low lights, big up to the Decepticons. Y'all make sure y'all touch in, tap into those movements. If y'all don't know nothing about them, get it and know, man. My man Thurston Howell III, the general of the whole low life, one of the generals of the whole low life movement, featured in the Ralph Lauren documentary, in the Ralph Lauren book. Yo, it's legendary out here, B.
Man. I don't think I seen you had. I haven't watched it, but you had. Yeah, was it? He plays Weebay on The Wire on your podcast.
Ah, yeah, the
Man, he was
homie
my favorite
Weebay,
on that show.
Weebay Exotics. Yeah,
Yeah.
the homie, I met up with him through my other homies, from my homie Cali Connecting, Cali Buzz and shit. They do weed events and 420 events, and they running around with my man's Mob Deep, Havoc from Mob Deep, Big Twin from Infamous Mob. They got a strain out. They got a weed strain out. They got a beer out. And so I was on set. The homie Rakim was hosting that event, but one of those events, not that one. But yeah, that was the one that I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
These good people.
Man. And we talked about advice that you'd give someone before. What's the best advice someone's given to you?
The one of the best advices kind of got me stuck a little bit because whenever I think on this one situation right here, this it's gonna be two. 'Cause
Okay.
these are just two things that you should. One is gonna be advice, and one is just how you should move in life. I'm a thinker, and I'm always in thought, and I used to walk even out here, no matter what's going on, good or bad. I would walk around with my head down, just thinking, and somebody. I ain't gonna say somebody. I usually say somebody. I think it was God speaking to me personally
Yeah.
because so I'm walking with my head down and I hear a nice, pleasant voice say, "Don't never walk with your head down." I picked my head up to look and I couldn't find the person, yo.
Wow.
So that's one of the things that always stick with me. So like even if I ever like I still might end up dropping my head just for whatever. But it quickly never walk through life, never do anything with your head down, shoulders sunken. Yo, stand tall,
Yeah.
move with purpose. You know what I mean? And as far as the best advice somebody has ever given me, it's along the lines of the advice that I gave out, and that's why the advice I give out is the way that it's moved, is
Yeah.
structured how it is. Is it the homie LL Cool J I heard one time say, "Don't never give up,"
Yeah.
and that's why I now I believe in that, but then at the same time, some people don't need to be rapping. Some people don't need to be serving your food. Some people don't need to be your doctor, whatever.
Yeah.
They don't have the passion for it. They
Yeah.
don't. They not they're not gonna treat you the same as somebody that does have the same passion. Like I really fired my doctor a few months back, B. Fired. Fuck out of here, B.
Yeah.
I ain't liking how you doing me, man. I'm in here as black men. They rare. We need more of us in line and more men, period, focused on the proactively handling their health. I'm in here looking to do that, and you not fucking smacking my head like we tag team wrestling.
Wow.
Fuck out of here, B. My doctor yesterday, well, 2 days ago, I go see my doctor, and he like, yeah, so yep, everything's a go all the way around. And I'm like, so I see you in 6 months. He was like, I was like 6 months. He was like, what? 3 months? You want to come back in three?
Wow.
Yeah, that's what
That's
the
all.
fuck. That's what I'm talking about, B.
Yeah.
So the other what I said, master yourself and figure out what it is that you're supposed to be doing in life because it's some people that are even though this journey could be helpful too, but if you could avoid it, avoid it.
Yeah.
Spend 10, 15 years doing one thing only to be like, yo, I'm not fucking with that. I'm supposed to be doing something completely different.
Yep. Man.
Never give up and know what it is that you meant for,
Yep.
what you're supposed to be doing. Like these are things I put into my prayers. I know a lot of y'all don't pray, some of y'all don't believe in the Most High, but in my prayers, I'm like, yo, show me, help me figure out what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? With these gifts that you have given me. Because to shit on the gift given from the Most High,
Yep.
you need the open palm from a giant
Yeah.
with the wind that moved trees.
Definitely, man. What do you got? What's 2000? What can we expect in 2023 from Thunny Brown?
I'm glad that you asked that, sir. And I'm a humble dude. I have the humble pie sitting next to me. We won't be partaking of that cake and that pie for the year 2023. What we're gonna be doing is giving ourselves fully to the world, man. So, yo,
Yeah.
right now, y'all know I got the single and video Life I Lead is out with Grams Uncut. Y'all could look for more of that joints, you know what I mean? Because I like the world is liking that. I'm liking the feedback, and we feeling like we need to give them more. So we gonna mess around and give them some more. Not so Grams Uncut and myself, Global Thugs. You know what I mean? So look for that. Also, I got the joint out called Struggle with my man DJ King Flow out of France. That's out right now. No video, but we might put one together. But International Thun Strikes Again. So that's out right now, available. Run that up. It's called Struggle featuring Furio from DJ King Flow and Thunny Brown. Also, I mean, I'm looking to put out some other joints, some other features and collabos. I got the Heavenly Sword album is out now. I'm working on a new project. You know what I mean? I think we're about over halfway done with the new project. I ain't gonna tell y'all the title of that just yet. Y'all know I got a bunch of my music and stuff is placed on TV and films. I got about 25 to 30 different film and TV placements. The last one was on The Gifted, I believe. No, it was another show, I think, on BET. But those are some of the last placements that we had between The Gifted and
Yeah.
uh, different things. So we looking to just get some more licensing, some more sync situations popping off. Um, and we just working, bro. Got the
Yeah.
joints is coming. Oh, not to mention, yo, I can't get off of here without mentioning my community movements. Cause y'all know we do this music thing, we do the family thing, but I'm also a community activist because if you're not giving back, then what are you doing? You know what I mean? So we out here making sure that the kids, young adults got the various different resources they need, whether it be from sports to employment, whether it be from food to PPE, personal protection equipment, and you know what I mean, or information, whatever it is that we can help with. We out here looking to make sure that people get it. And so big up to the BCJC,
Yep.
the NSTAT, the Office of Neighborhood Safety, as well as the Environmental Hood Restoration and the Harold Hunter Foundation. And big up to Progress Playbook. They are these all good people out here doing good things, man. Salute. And
Yeah.
I mean, if y'all not doing it, y'all need to get involved and do these same type of things in your neighborhood where y'all give it back.
Yeah. It's always great to give back, help others that need help. Yeah. Everyone's in
Yes,
it
sir.
together. But what's your top three movies of all time?
All time, y'all dudes be trying to make this so hard, man.
Sorry, man.
So hard. All right. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go old school just because this movie is entertaining and always meant a lot. See? I ain't even gonna now I gotta cheat. Now I'm using the cheat codes. Because all these movies, this set of movies go together. If y'all don't know about America, if y'all don't know about New York City, when the holidays hit, like Thanksgiving come, typically you're gonna see these three movies play back to back. March of the Wooden Soldiers, Mighty Joe Young, and King Kong.
Yeah.
That's your holiday series right there. So you know what I mean, we will always watch those joints back to back to back. You know I
Yep.
mess with all of the karate movies, but as far as
Yeah.
favorites, let me see if I can narrow it down to some of my favorites. I guess I'm gonna have to go with the first Born, the Born Identity, because that whole
Yeah,
Born series, that's my shit.
that was awesome.
Uh, I would have to. It's an oldie but goodie, The Matrix. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That was one of the movies that kind of blew my mind, and not just because of what was going on with the movie itself and the visual, but because of how it ties in with all of the different belief systems and from Egypt to Christianity and the Bible and the subliminals, and then to find out that that movie was written by a black lady. A lot of people don't know this, but she did that and Terminator. B.
Wow,
I don't know why. I don't know why there's not more of a spotlight on her, but
it should be.
we both need her on our shows. But I don't know. Well, I'm gonna say I'm gonna go new with one of my other ones. That's the Tomorrowland. It's a joint with Chris Pratt, and like it's I think
Oh,
it's on Amazon. One of those.
yeah. He's from the Guardians
That
of the Galaxy. Yeah,
yeah, that movie is tough, but
yeah,
I'm a movie dude. I watch a lot of movies. I
yeah.
watch a lot of
Same.
shows, so I got a lot of favorites.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm into sci-fi, into alien type shit.
yeah. Same. Yeah, we love all the same shit, man. That's
Yeah, you fuck
awesome.
around, you might be a Leo, bro. When your birthday?
Nah, November.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, we like all the same stuff, man.
Yeah, we from the same era, bro.
What's your process for writing a song?
Well, my process is easy. Just live life. One of the things I found out, you're not living life, you don't got nothing to write about.
Yeah,
Or if you're writing about something, well, what are you writing about if you ain't living life?
yeah,
So thanks to the Most High, knock on wood and all that, we don't run out of material because we live in life. We always having new experiences, meeting new people, new feelings, new emotions, experiencing new experiences. But my process is just to find a hot beat, I put it on, and I let my mind go. Yo. Shit.
yeah,
I let that shit off. Like how people take y'all know how y'all dog. I'm not a dog owner, but I know how these dogs get. A well trained dog, when you take them out, they on the leash, they easy.
yeah,
You take them off that leash, they kind of they still don't they still easy, but the minute you say, "All right, go ahead," so
yeah.
that's what I turn the beat on and I let my mind do that, bro. And it
Wow.
could be anywhere. I'll be on a public train system.
Yeah,
Well, you can't see me now. A lot of times I got the mask on,
yeah,
but I used to be on a public train system with the notepad, Walkman, CD player. Now I'm writing on the phone, in the cold, fingers cold.
yeah,
I usually like to write up. I mean, I write however I need to, but I
yeah,
prefer to write when I'm moving.
yeah. Man, that's awesome. It's been awesome chatting here. I was gonna
Oh,
say,
and I still write. I don't even care about going straight off of the mind and I don't write my rhymes. I
yeah,
don't even care about that shit, man. I
yeah,
pride myself in my writing abilities, man.
yeah. I think writing's
I'm a
great.
writer. I'm a writer, yo, and I don't mind writing. And I think I might have to get back to that because
Definitely
have
need to get your
these
book going.
gadgets over here. You can't depend on these gadgets, man. One of my gadgets is all locked up on me now with some of my notes in it.
Yeah,
Thankfully, it ain't no bar.
yeah, yeah. Writing is definitely good. You need to get your book happening. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, this is happening. But the other thing is, I hear everybody let somebody else write their book.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do. Maybe do I need to write it or do I just need to tell my stories?
yeah,
It's gonna be probably in conjunction with somebody anyway. So
yeah,
right now, I'm at the point where thanks to the Most High, we blessed right here, man. I'm at the point right now where I need help. I got a lot going on. I can't keep track of all of this shit myself.
yeah,
And that was the other focus. Y'all work so hard that you need an assistant, B.
yeah.
I believe I'm there right now.
Yeah, that's a good bit of advice.
It's the pretty boy gangster, Thunny Brown, aka the Thunder God. Boot Camp Magnum Force, Rock Boy G's, A Squad, Sharpshooters, the Warheads, and one half of the Fuck Out of Here podcast show. Yo, I'm also moving with a new alias right now. Big Brooklyn, that Brooklyn energy. You know what I mean? From my hood to your hood to the worldwide and over, man. From the underground to the down under. It's the God, the one and only, the only one. Thunder, the Thunder God. Boom. Yo, we out here, man. Yo, big up to my man, Mr. Berryman, for having me on the show. Yo, thanks for locking me in. Thanks for conversing with me, man. It's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. I
Yeah,
can't thank you enough, man. And thanks all of y'all to tune in. Make sure y'all fucking with me. Make sure y'all follow me on all social platforms at Thunny Brown. Help me run them numbers up and make sure y'all tapping in and listening to all the music. Put that in your playlist. Yo, fellas, put this in heavy rotation. Yo, ladies, I need y'all to put it in
yeah, appreciate
your
it. It's
playlist. Your playlist.
yeah, it's legendary having you on Thomas Berryman TV, man. Yeah, glad you came
I
on.
appreciate that, bro. That's an honor and a pleasure right there to be considered amongst the greats. You already, know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah. Got me over here really gassed up, fueled up, and I'm gonna use this energy to make something nice.
yes. Thunny Brown and Thomas Berryman TV, man. Shout out to Grams Uncut for linking us up again.
Yo, Graham, nuts. So we global, baby.
Yeah. I gotta get Nutso on here next.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Next
yeah.
up, let's go, Nut.
Get it. Yeah, I'm gonna get him on here. Man, so appreciate you again and I'll talk to you.
Likewise, man. Make sure y'all fucking with me, man. I might be on the edge of madness,
Yeah,
ready to fall off the brink. Make
yeah.
sure y'all catch me when I do, big. Don't let me fall through the net like Kanye West, big. Catch me when
No.
I fall. You know what I mean? And push the guard back up.
Got you,
Let's
bro.
go.
Catch you, man.